The mini muskies thing happened from like the first day. I think it was James Curie came up with it. When we were all kind of sitting around in the locker room first few days, and James in his English accent yelling around mini muskies and stuff like that, and it just kind of stuck. Before Providence, because all the seniors were going to start the game, we needed to change up the corner kick defenses a little bit because we don't have the size to match up with people. So, Birchie's moving people around, and people were kind of being confused a little bit, I guess. And Birchie goes, "Look, we got all the mini muskies in the game. We're going to have to change something. Here's what we're going to do." Whenever we played really tall teams, Coach always says, they've got trees, we've got bees. Go out and sting them. There's the really obvious ones, our family versus their team, 1 brick, 1% every single day. And then there's kind of the more elaborate ones. So the 1 brick thing is a daily thing, but then at the start of the season, you're just laying the foundation. And then towards the middle, you're trying to put the walls up. Right now, I think we're in the putting the roof on process. We make it in the postseason. That's when you start furnishing the house. You spend a little bit of your money. That's another one. You don't just go to the casino and just throw all your money out. You got to kind of invest a little bit. You take a little bit. I remember the last couple of years when we go to A10s, it's all about house money, and we can kind of just play more free because we have house money. You can throw a little bit here, a little bit there. There's the boxing ring. When we defend, we're supposed to do it like we're boxing. You get them in a corner. You don't just come out wildly swinging. You get them in the corner, throw a couple punches. There's tons. There's tons. It was really desired that SAAC would have kind of a new system, new leadership. They wanted SAAC to be more active on campus, and that called for new leadership. And basically what Eric said was, hey, if you and Ariel want to do this, we want you to go ahead and do it and be co-presidents at the time. And then basically just take on all this responsibility to kind of get more stability. We've been working with the Make-A-Wish Foundation for a couple of years. Every year, the last couple of years, we've been doing a fundraiser at a basketball game, one of the men's basketball games, to raise money. And we always raise more money than the last year, and we get to meet the kid that we're sponsoring to make their wish come true, which is awesome. It's a great experience. Like last year, I think the boy's wish was to go swimming with dolphins, so they ended up sending him to the Atlantis Resort down in the Caribbean, and he came to the game, and we got to meet him, and it's just a really great experience. We get to do a lot of community service stuff like that. My mother was, I wouldn't say apprehensive about having me come here. She didn't know a lot about Xavier. Nobody in my family really did from an academic standpoint. So the rule that she put down was, if you want to go to Xavier and play soccer for Coach Fleming, you will get into PPP, and that is your only option. I've always been interested in kind of politics, government, history, that kind of thing. So, a major that combines all of them, right up my alley. I love it. And from day one, I've enjoyed the things that I learn. I am in the process of waiting for applications to come back from law school. I finished all of my applications, tried to finish them up before season. Obviously, I don't want to be bogged down with that stuff right now, but all my applications are sent away, and just sitting on my hands waiting. Hopefully they come back end of November, start of December, and I can spend winter break visiting law schools. I've gotten accepted into Georgetown. I applied to Northwestern, UVA, Duke, Berkeley, UCLA, Yale, and Stanford. The best thing though was my Georgetown acceptance letter came, and handwritten at the bottom of the note from the Dean of Admissions for the law school was, Andy, congratulations on your academic record, especially considering the fact that you play soccer. And reading that and knowing that, obviously I would not trade these 4 years for anything. The friends I've made, the experience I've had are incredible, but to have it be able to come full circle and kind of propel me into the next stage of my life is the best feeling ever. I try and keep it a little bit on the DL, but that's my number one hobby, I'd say. If I'm not playing or working out, I love cooking. Living with the guys that I do, obviously we all have free time that's the same, and you get a whole, Monday to Saturday, hard. Come Sunday, it's really just, we've started this new tradition over the last month or so, is Sunday dinner, and then we have a FIFA tournament for who has to do the dishes. And we go from burgers and brats. I make a mean lasagna from scratch, everything from scratch, except for the pasta, obviously. And then, I can find a recipe and I can make the recipe really well. That's one of my skills. And now I'm trying to be able to develop, maybe I don't want to put that much in there, I'm going to do something else instead. So I think it's my best dish. And the only reason I say that is because it's the one thing that I think I can make as good as my mother. And it's kind of like a knockoff on my mom's recipe with some tweaks and stuff like that. I'm sure you've gone through the same thing. You get a recipe from your mom, she says, oh, this is exactly how I do it, and you do it, and it's not the same. It's close, but it's just something. She didn't tell you something. She didn't tell you something. I know it. I know that for a fact. My mom's not telling me some stuff, but the lasagna is the one thing that, it's close or better. Might be better.